Hello, dear friends, and welcome to Season 2 of Random Rhapsodies, Sonnet of Blood. I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and game master for this Curse of Strahd playthrough. And joining me around my virtual table tonight are Alyssa, Brandie, Joe, Junior, Marty. Say hi, everyone.
Hola!
Hi.
Orale.
Hopefully Natalie will be back, or will be joining us in a little while. She's kind of running late at work. Now, before we begin, we do have a few announcements to get through, starting with the first of our two sponsors for tonight's show, Hero Forge. Marty?
Hero Forge offers fully customizable tabletop miniatures with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. Their easy-to-use design tool lets you build your perfect miniature online using a fully 3D, in-depth character creator right in your web browser, which is where we built our tokens for this evening's game. You can build your own today at heroforge.com.
Thank you, Marty. Our second sponsor for tonight's show is XSplit. XSplit is a high-quality virtual webcam background remover that works with your already existing webcam. Using this program, you can protect your privacy while you work or play remotely by blurring the background, removing it entirely, or even putting your favorite pictures in the background instead. You can download the app today at xsplit.com, and if you use the coupon code RANDOM with a capital R, you can get 10% off of your purchase. You can find our referral link in the chat and show description. Next, you may have noticed that we have two new players joining us at our table tonight. Our good friend Dyto is on maternity leave right now, and so we have two guest stars who's going to be playing while she's away.
Took two of us to take her place, just saying.
Yeah, it's true. First off, we have Alyssa, who plays Lark in our Aether Shanties campaign, as well as Junior, who played Blazenir and Turgot in our Debauchery Circus campaign. So welcome, both of you.
It's good to be here.
Now, next Monday, we are back with another episode of the Aether Tech Wars. And Junior is actually going to be playing in that as well. The team has just defeated these plant-like zombies and discovered an old campsite after following the trail of the gnome engineer who had been building constructs under the town of Woodpine. Now that the sprite has wandered off, the team is not sure where to go from here, so should be a lot of fun seeing what they are up to. Now you can keep up to date on our schedule and everything we do here on the network by following us on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV, on Twitter as @random_rhapsody, on Blue Sky as at Random Rhapsody, and on TikTok is @randomrhapsody_TV. And that's going to do it for our announcements. So join us as we return to the land of Barovia and continue on with the Conclave Expedition as they attempt to survive. A Sonnet of Blood! And we're back. So, you should know how we do our recaps. We offer up the random Rhapsody coin, which is good for a nat 20 during this campaign session. If I do the recap, I'm getting the coin, and nobody wants me to have a nat 20 in this game. That's terrifying. So I'm going to offer it up. Who wants to do the recap this week?
Hi, it might be silly if I do it.
Well,
I can be silly about it.
yeah. Why not? Well, okay then. Ark, tell us what happened last time in your perspective on Sonnet of Blood.
Okay.
In my character's perspective, yes. Well, you see, I am a Strixhaven student, a wizard. I go to college quite often, and am currently was studying, trying to work out a magical equation that I couldn't quite figure out for my next test. But I think something went wrong with it, because suddenly my spellbook started spewing forth with this purplish mist that filled the room. I tried to get out of there. I tried to look for the door and escape, but I couldn't find anything. The room wasn't that as big as it felt like, but it's weird. Suddenly, it got dark. All I could see was torches in the far distance. So I followed them to see what was where I was. And I found myself in a sort of a city with humans walking around, drinking and celebrating. Definitely not Strixhaven. It was a weird sight. And then I started hearing screams. The village or city or whatever this was getting attacked by zombies, it looked like. So, being a good-natured, righteous Strixhaven Academy student, I obviously got to action, helping this townsfolk where I could. It was a long battle. Possibly. I don't know. That's for the DM to decide, really. And yeah, that's where I am, I think.
Okay, well.
At least that's what's on my notes.
Yep, that's in your notes. So there you go. There's the random Rhapsody coin. Don't forget to use it, though. It's only going to last this session.
You will forget to use it? Okay.
Yeah, probably.
I will.
Probably.
I'm gonna be blatantly just clear here. It's going unused.
That's okay. We forget to use it constantly, so you fit right in.
The point is not for us to use it, is just to keep the DM from using it.
I mean, that's valid. That's 100% valid.
Although it might be interesting just to let him have it once. Just see what he does with it.
Just in the final episode. That's
in
it.
the final episode, that's all I ask. I want it that one time.
The final episode where you guys are battling the big bad.
Well, no,
he has a natural 20 in his
battle
pocket.
of the big bad usually happens the before last. The last is usually the wrap up.
Yeah.
So we can give the DM the coin then.
No, you're okay. You're right. You're right. No, that is my bad.
Well, anyway, expedition members. After a long and harrowing evening, dawn finally breaks over the tree line that surrounds the town of Veros. It is a welcome sight for you all after the debacle of Lady Wachter's celebration. Your victory against the Cyclops had only been the first part of a very exhausting and long evening. Even with their commander defeated, the hordes of zombies from Castle Ravenloft continued to pour out from that towering structure long into the night. And you are all forced to stand with the new Baroness and her guards to repel the undead. After that came the search for survivors. and you are surprised to discover that 2 others has shown up to aid in the defense of Veros as well. You are introduced to these 2 additional adventurers who helped fight the zombies. Ark, would you
Yes.
describe
Hi.
yourself for everyone, please?
Yes, I am a Kenku. You see the black feathers and beak of the crow. No wings, but that's just how Kenku are, unfortunately. I'm wearing very... it's probably a bit wrinkled, but once was very finely ironed out school clothing. Just your typical school uniform. A tie, overcoat. It's a bit of robes at the bottom indicating my arcane nature. With a big satchel that looks like it's holding multiple books. You see, I am quite nervous. I'm kind of looking around. It looks like I'm just doing slight calculations in my head to see what is going on. And I'm not really paying attention to what's going on until something nefarious is happening in front of me.
Fair enough. Next, we have Ksenia. I think I'm saying that right?
Ksenia.
Ksenia, would you please describe yourself as well?
Absolutely. You see before you a very confused and stressed individual. She's got nice flowing skirts, jaunty little, almost sort of like a, like those old piratey blouses, except it's obviously much too big for her, so it's kind of like hanging off of her shoulders. And she's got like a tambourine and some like jingling gold coins that are adorning her skirt. And just, splashes of ichor and other gross things that come with fighting zombies.
Absolutely. Now, during the course of the evening, you all do meet. Though the focus of the entire town is mostly on helping those in need, searching for survivors, and bandaging up the injured. Now, thanks to your efforts throughout the night, the death toll is much smaller than it could have been. And you are delighted to discover that the warding around St. Andrew's Church had held firm against the zombies, and the children slept through the entire ordeal. With the dawn now rising, Father Lucian has ventured out into Veros to start assisting the townspeople, leaving the 5 of you right now, since Natalie's away, alone just outside the church. You're all eyeing one another. You've introduced yourselves to one another, but beyond that, what do actually you all want to do, Expedition, now that the town of Veros is safe?
I need a nap.
Hey,
so
you guys might know what's going on. Where am I?
No, I didn't even think about it, but
Well, we're in Veros. It's a little hamlet here in Barovia.
Veros, Barovia.
Where were you? That you don't know where you are.
I was at school. I was staying up late studying. Where's Barovia? It's not the place I've heard of.
We don't know. We were in a place called Europa. world.
Never
called
heard of
Barovia.
Europa.
All right. Let me guess. Some mist brought you here.
Yeah, how did you...
Yeah, it happened to us too.
Oh.
I don't know if you're ever gonna get back, so have fun with that.
Oh, I know, I need to get back. I have an exam next week.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah. How long have we probably been here? What, a couple, like at least a month in game now, man?
Not quite a month yet.
Oh,
More
several weeks.
I'm doing the math in my head. A little more than a couple weeks.
Oh, really? It's only been that long? Okay.
I don't think it's been a full month yet. No.
So much shit has already happened, and it's only been a couple of weeks.
It's like
Yeah.
you've been here for years.
3 weeks for sure. I don't think it's been quite a month.
Yeah. Well, we've been here
An
going.
Arkopixian's life.
We've been going here pushing a month now. Three weeks or so, a little more. You know. We don't know how to get back.
That's...
There's. Oh god, you know, he's gonna look at Urzak. He's like, were we like this when we came in? Like,
I'm
no, where are we? We have no idea what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
At some point, you
I'm
just have
gonna-
to know how to roll with it.
Now we're just old.
I'm gonna
hands.
pull out a notebook from my bag and just summon a quill and start taking down notes. Just really fast.
Wait. So are you all saying that these purple mists brought all of you here? All of us
Ow.
here?
Was ours purple? Guys?
Gray mist. It's
Oh,
gray.
it's gray.
Gray,
Sorry.
yeah.
I assumed it was purple.
Gray.
Well, maybe since his came out of a spell book, maybe his was different or
Sure.
changed. Or
Or maybe he's colorblind.
Sure.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Assuming purple.
Purple, gray, what's the difference? You know?
Yeah.
If it's magic, it's purple. Whatever.
Look, I took a shot in the dark, alright?
I mean, back home we were investigating like a interesting mountain pass that had been blocked for many years that nobody had gained access to, and then the mist started forming, and then we found ourselves in the woods of Barovia.
Well, okay.
Um,
If the mist brought us all here, what if? Can we find? Are there more mists? Can we use them to get back?
Well, as we understand it, there are some people here that can travel through the mist in and out of Barovia, but that is at the behest and permission, I suppose, of the lord of these lands, and he...
Oh, well,
We're
if,
not-
you know,
we're not exactly his best friends right now.
did you anger the officials?
Well, I mean, we are a thorn in some sides. We actually haven't really gone toe-to-toe with him just yet.
Oh,
but
well,
I'm
I mean,
not
if you haven't done anything to him, then maybe, you know, they'll
Well,
let us...
It's not that. Oh, sweet child. I only wish it were that easy. He has
I wish my
designed.
professor was here. They would know how to get out of here.
He brought us here for some reason. We're not quite sure what it is yet. So you must have been brought here as well.
For
in
some
way.
reason.
For something. Maybe.
Well, I'm glad I didn't mess up my spell. I was worried that I'd caused this. But if you're saying that it's this leader or whoever did it, then
All
I
right.
didn't mess up. So,
So
you-
is,
You were
perfect record still.
You were
Good,
both
good.
here during this whole thing that went down with the unfortunate with the zombies. Did you see I'll admit, strikingly handsome individual, black cape, kind of a widow's peak here in front of his hair, very imposing, pale
Did I?
skin.
very distracted by undead things.
Well,
Yeah, I was kind of trying to figure out where I was, and then almost, zombie kind of jumped up to me, and I had to,
I will say, we don't really want to mention his name too much, because I don't know if.
Okay.
So his name is Lord von Zarevich. He is Strahd. This is for Lord Strahd von Zarevich.
Uh-huh.
The people here, some worship, or at least are beholden to him. Most are terrified. Pretty much, if you go against him, you better be talking to somebody who also goes against him, or it's going to get bad. Like the lady of the town that we literally just put in power. apparently she worships this man, or at least she wants to show her fealty to him, so best not bring up his name around her. Lady Walker, that's who that is. I'm sure we'll run into her. She's swell. Yeah, I mean, I guess you guys should stick with us. You're outsiders. They're going to treat you all the same.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of humans, not very many other folk.
That's most of the people of this world. I mean, myself, Big Green here, I guess is not Dyto. Are they around? I mean, I guess. Yeah. We don't have any humans on our party, do we?
We have Vide.
Because even well, really, did you just say we have? Yeah, we all know who Vide is.
Everybody looks over to Vide
they
real
hate
quick.
halflings and they shoot them on sight.
Vide, what do you think? How many humans are in the party right now?
Well, I always think of Vide as they're a different kind of human.
Hold on, Joe.
Human adjacent?
That's why I never think of them as human, because it's like, oh wait, yeah, that's right. They're like an undead creature.
There's also Senna.
Hurtful.
Yeah, most of us.
As you're saying that, like the camera then turns to Senna over here.
I'm human.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, notwithstanding you, my dear, but most of the people of this land,
I guess,
are, from what I understand, human. We've seen a few elves here and there, but for the most part, everybody here is human that we've brought into.
It's a bit weird where I come from. It's kind of, not mostly one race.
Our world is multicultural as well. We have all kinds of races.
I know of places across a couple realms that are mostly just human, but I've never been there.
I was gonna say I'm not used to seeing a lot of non-humans, and I tend to travel a lot.
Actually, dear, where were you when you got pulled in?
I was literally just at a town square, just trying to get enough coin to buy supper.
What's
Although
the name
there was a really creepy priest that was like just keeps like hanging around, and I don't like the way he looks at me.
All right. Yeah. Oh wait, here or where you came from?
Where I came from.
I was just saying, because the father, he's very nice.
So you're not from here either?
No.
Oh.
The only one of our, I guess, party right now that's from here is Irina here, and yeah, the rest of us are not from here. So, like I said, you better stick with us. I mean, if they know you're not from around here, questions will start to be asked. We have to go check in with some children that we've been watching. I suppose you're more than welcome to come along with us. We can get you that meal, dear. I'm sure the father has something prepared.
Yeah, if you need coin, I can give you a couple gold pieces if you need.
We can take care of that too. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
But yeah, I figured. Go ahead.
I just don't use much coin at the school. My parents paid for all of it, so.
That must be nice.
Yeah.
That's great.
I mean, Matt, do you want to say something here?
No. Why do I want to say anything?
But yeah, I suppose. I mean, if there's nobody that needs any kind of immediate medical attention, if it's been taken care of.
I kind of stayed like 15 feet above the zombies, so.
Cog would be willing to leave the area, and they will go check on the children. As long as, like I said, there's no other buddy that needs his attention.
I mean, there's a lot of people in the town that need attention, but good news is that Father Lucian and Irina are currently seeing to them.
Okay.
As well as a lot of the healers in town. Like, there has been triage set up in the town marketplace. People are being seen to right now. This is the aftermath of the fight. So if you want to go and check on the children and get a long rest in, you certainly could.
I mean, I guess he'd look at everybody else. It's like, gang, you guys have any other ideas what you want to do?
I think a long rest would be a good idea.
Maybe a bath.
We you know what? We have rooms at the inn. We can take care of that for you as well.
That'd
Now,
be nice.
what is going to be the mechanic? Was anybody bitten by one of these zombies? Is that a mechanic you're going to put into this situation? Do
What,
we
you're
have
asking
to?
me? Oh,
I'm asking you, yes. Is this something Cog? I mean, one, would he know in this setting, like, because of all the reading and shit he did at the Conclave, also as a holy man,
actually,
would that be something he has to worry about?
You've done this role before, a while back, actually. Being bitten by a vampire doesn't automatically
I'm at
turn
the
into
zombies.
a vampire. Oh, zombies? No, zombies don't. It's not.
I didn't know if you were going to put something like that into this. Yeah.
No.
I was just going to worry if we're going to have Cogs that have to indiscriminately go around with like a little hammer and a chisel and fucking start taking people out because he can't heal too many of them without losing spell slots. So.
Well, so what you do know is that zombies are generally rise from the grave if they're not interred properly here in Barovia. If they're like just left out in the yard or whatever, and they're just left to rot, the bodies tend to come back to life as zombies. But people who live in towns and people in Barovia are well aware of this fact.
Yeah.
They know what they have to do, and but the bodies will eventually be interred. That's why there is a big church there, in fact. But yeah, the ways that zombies are created in Barovia is either A, someone makes them, or B, they're just left on their own out in the elements and they eventually rise up again. Vampires only get transfer the thing based on magic. It's not just being bitten. None of these things are viruses. So
I remember that role when we first met Irina.
Yeah. And Irina actually, or not Irina, but it was her brother who kind of talked a little bit about how zombies are made.
Well, he was one.
That's true.
We still got to go back and get his body. Cog made that promise. I would say he'd check in with the father Lucius, and then go from there and see if any last rites or something like that need to be read over people. He'd be willing to help out with that, and if he has to stick around, he could send the others onto the church to check on the kids.
Well, checking in with Father Lucian, yes, he will absolutely accept any aid if you're able to and you have the spell slots. He and Irina are working in the town marketplace right now, and are trying to heal up as many people as they can. Good news is that most of the injuries are injuries from fleeing the zombies. Some of them are from being attacked. There is certainly that out there. There is some people who've been injured putting out the fires, dealing with that sort of thing as well. So there are people who need help, and if you have the time and the spell slots...
I've got level 1 left right now, but I mean, he could bandage wounds, things like that, simple wounds.
Sure.
So, I mean, he would just say, it's like, Urzak, I'm going to stay here, help Irina and Father Lucian. Why don't you take these people over to the church or in the inn, maybe see if we can get a meal, get this young lady she wanted to get a bath.
Are you healing? Are you healing people here? I can help if you need it. I don't like seeing so many people hurt.
You're a wizard, right? You're magic.
I can heal.
Oh.
Well, if you have
my school of...
Let's just say most of the wizards I've met are more of the pew pew blow up stuff.
My school believes in working as healers as well. So I can do some healing, and I have a lot of my spells still because I was at school before this. So,
sure.
Yeah. The father will definitely take your aid as well. Now, the one thing I will caution the two of you is that you both have been up for essentially all night long. You can continue to help out. You're absolutely welcome to do so. But you are in the possibility of getting exhaustion.
Roughly what time is it
It's
right now?
dawn. It is like 5 in the
okay.
morning. You've been up all night
Shit.
dealing with all
Yeah.
this stuff.
And I've got literally one. I've got no channel divinities left.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
So, like I said, the father will help take your aid, but like I said, the two of you have been up all night long fighting zombies, searching the town for survivors. You spent plenty of time already helping bandage up. Now that it's dawn, Father Lucian and Irina are going to continue to assist as they can. If you want to, you can help as well, but...
He might... Cog would stick around for a little bit just to maybe perform some like last rites over some, give them the send-off he can, and then he'd head to the church.
I will stay for exactly 2 minutes and cast 2 uses of Aura of Vitality to heal 20 people.
Hey, absolutely.
So...
Now, I have full hit points because I didn't get into the fray. So maybe you want to throw some of that Urzak's way.
I'm dying, and I need it.
Yeah, I'll give some to whoever needs it. The townsfolk or party members.
I've got a couple of spells that I can use to help as well.
Oh, well, this is just a delight.
Roll 2d6. How much healing do you need? Urzak?
I'm down. Well, let's see. How many hit points? Was I at like 1 at the end of last week?
Yeah, I was going to say, I brought you back up, but I think you were down for the count quite a few times. At least
according to my new level 7 hit points, I'm at half health, essentially.
Okay. I will give you 3 uses of Aura of Vitality, and the rest will go to townsfolk who need it.
So this is 9, 14, 16 points.
Okay.
If my math is right.
It's not plus my intelligence, so. And then I also have Cure Wounds that I can use if need be, but...
Yes, you absolutely would be able to use that. There's quite a few townspeople who are hurt. You're helping a lot, and at this point you're just kind of healing minor injuries by the end of the time, but over the span of a good hour or so, your group helps out as much as you can with the townspeople.
Did Lady Wachter survive?
If you ask around, the answer is yes. Lady Wachter did survive. She, you had all seen her leading her guards in an effort to corral the zombies. She spent the entire night out as well, fighting the zombies, and then working to find people and help the survivors. You don't see her right now. If you ask around, the guards will tell you that she has retired for the day. She was kind of on her last legs of exhaustion, and so the guards have kind of pushed her to go to bed as well. Many of the town guards are resting as well. A lot of the town militia has been roused up and is seeing to the wall. You can see that some people are attempting to put up like a makeshift gate up over the gate that Strahd had blown. So there is quite a bit of work going on in the town itself. One thing I didn't mention that I will now, as you all glance towards the southeast, you can see Castle Ravenloft is back in its usual place, high up on the mountain.
I was a little worried about that, so glad to see it's back where it was, but this is also concerning that it can just be wherever. Didn't know that was part of the deal.
That's certainly an imposing castle.
Are we sure it wasn't just like an illusion, or did it actually move? Move? Was it corporeal?
I guess we can't say for certain.
I'm not going to question anything that happens in Barovia.
Did you say that castle moved?
It certainly appeared to.
I feel like it did.
That's strange.
I mean, it moved and then real things
magic
came out of it. So
So from what I take it, though, it's not a common thing in any of our worlds for edifices to just move.
Transport like that? No. Not that...
What did I know?
I mean, there were some strange stories back home about like a flying fortress, like a giant castle, but I think that was more like magically up in the air, and I think it could move.
There is...
Back in my home, a city fell into Avernus, but I've never heard of blipping in and out.
Ooh, what's Avernus?
It's a long thing to explain.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have to wait around for season 3 or campaign 3 to find out what Avernus is. Oh, there you are, Matt. I'm sorry, I didn't.
No leaks.
Spoilers.
I don't know if we're actually doing that. I'm just fucking around. Yeah, no, it's definitely not something we've ever seen, and we have never seen something like that here. I mean, we've seen him, Strahd, just all of a sudden be there. But that's like,
sure.
I know wizards that can do that, but...
Yeah, my professors love doing that. Just hopping into the middle of classroom, like, oh, are they going to be late? It's like, like 5 seconds till class starts, and then they just appear. It's annoying.
Yeah, he can fly too. I mean,
I can fly.
He's got werewolves at his behest. He's very he's a nasty character.
It sounds like a powerful mage there.
Oh, he's a vampire. I don't know if he's also. I guess he has.
Yeah, vampires can be mages.
But
I mean, being a vampire is a bit worrying. But
weren't we? Wasn't he like a soldier before, guys? Isn't that what we heard? I mean, I guess maybe he was of the magical kind. We don't really know too much about how he began. People aren't really open to talking about that.
Is he of Dracula's line then?
Ooh.
Oh. How do I want it? I don't know that name, but maybe? I mean, he seems to be the power of this land. I don't know about other lands. Maybe. I don't know. Who is this Dracula?
He was a military man who he decided to try to intimidate the opponents by sticking a bunch of them up on spikes. And it worked, and he was able to keep his land from being invaded, and was able to decimate the leading army with a lot of with basically demoralizing them with fear.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he was a good man. I'm just saying that that's
put people on
where
spikes.
the legend begins.
Kind of doesn't sound like a good man. I mean, we had some nasty people in our world too. I'm not gonna say it. We're innocent. Yeah, we'll get around to more Strahd talk, I'm sure, as we learn more. You'll learn more, because now you're stuck here too, so... Hooray! You know what? You guys will be good against the hag. Oh, well, we'll tell you about her soon, too. Oh, yeah, we have to go fight a hag.
Oh yeah.
That's...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can do that, yeah.
This has to be something different here, because that seems rather insulting for where I'm. Why would you call some poor old woman, especially one who has the strength of character to make a life on her own?
No, don't get me wrong, my dear. I've heard those. We have those back home too, where people call, maybe old ladies to
call someone.
It's like a hermit, but it's a woman, so they call them a hag. No. These are magical creatures. There are typically 3 of them in a coven. Dark magic.
Yeah, don't make a deal with them, please.
This world sounds very complicated.
Oh, and this isn't even our world. I mean, this one's extra complicated, but yes.
You have no idea. I'm just beginning to understand reality from the school, and I get a headache every time I think about it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I guess, if we check out the church, we check on the kids, if the kids doing all right. We don't need to have a scene with Davos.
The kids are doing great. They're all very happy to see you. They've heard a little bit about what happened since, and of course, as you all come up to the church, Davos comes running out and is jumping up and down, just really, really excited. I heard about the zombies. I heard that you all saved the town from zombies and monsters. Why didn't you wake me up? I could have come and helped.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah, you know what? It would have been tragic if you didn't survive, so that's why we didn't come get you.
Just staring daggers at God.
For those of you who don't know, Davos is a 6-year-old little boy that
6 now. It's his birthday.
Or 5,
you missed
something.
It.
I
think he was.
I thought he was 6.
Every time we talked about
I thought he was 6, and the brother and sister were 5 and 4. Yeah.
Yeah, the other 2 were young.
Oh yeah.
He was the elder. But still, he was very young, and he is super duper excited. He has this big O stick with a crosshatch on it that's shoved up in the collar of the back of his shirt, just kind of sticking out of the shirt there, like it's a sheath. He's talking about how he could absolutely kill zombies, and then he pulls out the stick and starts swinging it wildly back and forth to show you all how good of a zombie killer he would be.
That's impressive.
Yeah, we should have brought you out there. You would have been so effective.
We talked about your form.
Oh, yes, I forgot. And then he gets in his right form and swings and cracks you right on the shin.
I just got healed.
But thank God you were here safe and sound and no problems.
You did a very good job protecting these people from the zombies. You scared them off with your stick waving. Good job.
But I was sleeping. That's what I'm saying. I should have been woken up to help. I'm good at helping.
So he's totally just
so scared that you
chill with the fact that there's a walking, talking fucking bird. And he's just, all he can think about is the goddamn zombies.
I mean, most of y'all look pretty strange, so just the appearance of 2 new ones is not as much of a surprise, but, there are more of you. Did you find the new friends?
Yeah, they kind of came into town just like we.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. And then he goes, I'm going to go to breakfast. And then he goes running off again.
Interesting kid. Would make a good fighter one day.
Don't.
That's what I said.
Please don't encourage him.
Well, I don't want him to fight zombies right now, but, like one day.
You saw the form. He's getting better. You can't deny that.
No.
I couldn't do that.
I could deny a lot, sir.
Well.
Don't. Yeah. Anywho.
I want breakfast.
Breakfast is a simple oatmeal with some dried fruit that is already being laid out. Delphine has made her way back to the church and is actually overseeing the children right now. She sees you all as you're walking in, coming back from helping and healing people up, and nods to you all, but kind of goes back to her work. But she does provide you all with some breakfast as well, and tells you that since the kids have all are up and about, the dormitories are open and empty. So if anyone wants to get some shut-eye, you can.
Oh yeah. I guess narratively, is she going to be help preparing his books while she's out? Is that what we're going to be?
Yeah, I'll talk to you about that in a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, no, Cog will definitely find a little spot and curl up.
Well, anyone who wants to or needs to can go ahead and take a long rest.
Yes.
I should say for our new characters, Cog is 112 years old. He is 3'3" and he is 39 pounds. So if you're just wanting a picture, he is. You know what? He is. Have you ever seen the movie Willow?
Yeah.
Yes.
He is Willow, but he's more handsome. If that could be possible. I mean, fuck. Okay, look at it. Look at his token, everybody. Immediately when I made him,
Look at his token. He looks like a short Kurt Russell from.
I know. He looks like fucking Ego. Yes, I know.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah.
And he is a handsome son of a bitch.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
Smoking his pipe that's skulls come out of it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But before I take my long rest, I'm gonna try to summon my familiar. See if I can do that here.
Okay. Well, everyone else is getting ready to bed down for the evening, or morning, as the case may be. Ark sits down, gets their little brazier out, burns some incense. What is your familiar?
It is a raven.
Okay.
Very thematic, I know.
Well,
the bird.
You cast your spell, and poof, a cloud of smoke comes billowing out from your brazier.
Oh, that's right. He's gonna.
And well, it's not a raven that appears. It's the skeleton of a raven.
Oh my God! It's Eric Draven's skeleton raven. Oh,
he's real. He's been here the whole time.
Cog's spiritual weapon is a skeletal crow named Eric Draven. The skeletal crow. Just saying, it's just awesome that's what you went with.
Sorry, I need to check my notes for this raven's name.
Now his spiritual weapon is gonna be jealous.
Mm-hmm.
I look at him and Isa, what happened to you? You're ghostly in the skeletal? What?
You okay? The skull head of the raven kind of cocks its head in a way that's very reminiscent of your familiar. You've summoned this many times, and you understand the mechanics of it, but there's something weird going on. That's not how the spell works.
Can I make an Arcana check to see what is going on?
Go for it.
All right, cool. 21.
21.
Just trying to inspect this and, I don't know, feel the weave around me. Try to see what, if this is some nature of Barovia or I'm just not good at spellcasting.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So with your 21, you pull out your spell book. You go to the spot where you've written down the incantation and you look it over first. You're very sure that you cast the spell exactly the way you have 1,000 times in the past. You completed every motion perfectly. But it's not that. But
I'm going to pull out my book of arcane theory and start looking through there too. Because that's in my inventory.
You can, and you're beginning to go through your spells, go through the book of theory, looking for anything that might give you a clue. With your 21, what I can tell you is that shouldn't have happened. In a normal setting, that wouldn't happen. Something is causing the spell to go awry. You're not quite sure what. As you're looking through your book, the book describes different planes of reality, different dimensions, things you're familiar being a student at Strixhaven. The hypothesis comes to your head as you're sitting there looking through these things, trying to connect the dots. And the hypothesis that comes to your head is, perhaps you are in another dimension entirely. And perhaps there's something about this dimension that alters or manipulates the final product of spells. Now, you spend a few minutes with your raven, giving it commands, telling it to do something.
Yeah.
It functions the exact same as the spell should. So the only thing you can glean from this is that there's something about this realm that is altering the very makeup of your spell, or the very inherent nature of magic in and of itself. You're not quite sure which, but either way, that's some powerful magic.
Yeah. I write down these theories in the notebook that I'm now keeping of Barovia.
Okay.
Start writing down some workarounds I quickly think of that won't work at all, and then just, this is a weird place. I don't know if I like it here. And snap it back into its pocket plane, the familiar, if I can, and go to sleep.
Okay. Senna, you can get yourself like a wash basin here in the church. They also mentioned that down the road there is an inn that has a wash tub if you're wanting to do that. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm definitely washing up and keeping my eye on the priest. And yeah, if everyone else is taking a rest, I'm gonna go ahead and do so as well.
Okay. Eventually, you all do find your beds. The moment your head hits the pillow, you're out. It's been a long day and an even longer night. The dreams you have are dark. Visions of zombies, of armies of them marching through town. By the time you all wake, your heart is thundering in your chest. You're soaked with a very cold sweat. But you have completed a long rest, so go ahead and hit that button.
Like, please, let's not do this again.
Oh, there's a button now.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
button.
they've programmed that. Yeah, you can actually select if you have different special like things like my channel divinity. You can go through and turn it on to have that reset on a long rest as well.
I just
find
manually did everything, but
yeah, no, I mean, like I said, now they've started. That's one of the good things that has been done, streamlined since you played.
that's nice.
There's also a little potions toggle down at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah,
so you
that
can
one's
use
cool.
different potions.
And the conditions.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Oh no, I'm blind.
You shouldn't have trusted the crow.
That's what happens when you fall asleep. You close your eyes.
God damn it.
Duh. I'll be here all night. I know I'm bringing the thunder today.
Well, you all do wake up from your long rest. Once you do, it is, well, it's just after 1 o'clock in the afternoon when you all do eventually get up from your rest. It's nice to see the sun still in the sky, though, as always, it's overcast, so you can see it, but it's always behind clouds. Eventually, you find your way back into the chapel, where you see Father Lucian and Irina have also joined you. Irina comes up to the party and says, "It is nice to see you all up again. I got in not long after you did, and when I arrived, I did see you all sleeping, so I decided not to wake you. I just got up not long myself. But I see we have 2 new people.
Is that what?
Hi.
Same kind of situation as us. They came in. Guys, this is Irina Koligana. She's our friend, kind of our sponsor here, so to speak.
It is a pleasure to meet you. It's
Yes.
a dim world here.
That is a very true statement. My name is Irina Kolyanovich.
I go by Ark.
It is nice to meet you, Rock. And you are.
Pleasure.
She looks to you.
Xenia.
Ksenia. It is nice to meet you as well. Well, I suppose we should talk a little bit about what has happened and all of that. And before she can say more, another voice interrupts from the doorway to the chapel. It's a voice you recognize, and you all turn to see a humanoid man of Barovian stock, short, dressed in much nicer clothes than your average Barovian, and actually fine cut cloth of just a coat, breeches, a nice shirt underneath, a jaunty little hat with a feather on top of his head. He has very greasy black hair and a face that's kind of round and with a nose kind of pushed up like a pig's. This is Ernst, Lady Fiona's friend and confidant, who you've met a few times now. Ernst calls out and says, "Yes, we should talk about what happened last night. It is good to see all of you again. Last night was the most challenging night of my life, I am both proud and ashamed to say. I witnessed your fight against the Cyclops and the zombies. I stood with Lady Wachter during the fight. And I'm happy to see all of you are whole and hale as well. With a few newcomers, it seems."
Hi.
Forgive me for interrupting this moment you all seem to be sharing. Lady Wachter sent me to find you all. I hope I can have a moment of your time.
Yeah,
Already
yeah.
have.
We're just kind of getting something to eat, talking things over. Is she wanting to see us in person, or were you just wanting to discuss something with us now?
Well, no. Lady Wachter is, she is, in her manner, seeing to affairs of state. She asked me to come in and find you all. I have, a few items to give you, first of all.
Oh.
Lady Wachter planned on giving this to your group at the festival, but we all know how that went. Well, he reaches into a little messenger bag that he has looped up around his shoulder, and he pulls out 2 items. One, a small sack cinched with a leather cord, and what appears to be a black rod of metal. He walks over to Urzak, who is the closest, and passes both of them to you. The sack is heavy and jingles, and when you glance into it, it seems to be filled with electrum pieces.
Those damned electrum pieces, alright.
The cryptocurrency of D&D.
It's true.
They use Electrum here. I've never seen an Electrum piece in my life.
If you glance in the bag just to see them, Ark, you'll notice that they have the face of a very stern and gaunt-looking man on one side of them, with just long hair kind of flowing back. That in there is 1,000 Electrum pieces, a veritable dragon's hoard. The other item has been in the lady's family for hundreds of years. She believed that it would be most beneficial to you all. And so, since you decided not to keep the former sheriff's axe, she thought this would be a better reward for you. The rod itself is just a pure black cylinder. It feels kind of like metal. At the base of it, there is a little, what appears to be a button.
That's what I think it is.
It's an immovable rod. We can have Dyto. Well, Dyto. God, all right. Delphine. I know she's watching, Dyto. We can have Delphine check and identify it for us when this guy leaves. Or
Who
if he's
needs
gonna
that?
tell us
I just
what
clicked
it
the
is.
button.
Yeah, you click the button and it just locked into place. Like you let it go and it's just floating there. Push on it, can't do anything.
Try to move it.
Yeah, you can't. It's clearly an immovable rod.
It's gonna be a little
Push
more
the
exciting.
button and we all die.
this button ends the campaign instantly.
Mhm.
Click, 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 click.
And that was Curse of Strahd, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Curse of Strahd. Yet
We made it to episode 1 of
another
season
group
2.
died in Barovia.
Oh,
You
boy.
never trust a button. What can I say?
Never trust the button. Anyway, now that that's complete, I do have one more article of business I do need to discuss with you all, unfortunately. Please just be aware I'm just the messenger here. Lady Fiona does recognize your group's part in everything that happened over the last few days. Unfortunately, she also heard what Lord Strahd said to you right before the attack. I regret to inform you all that Lady Wachter has decided that she is no longer able to receive you. And she kindly requests that you resume your journey wherever that leads you. She does not bar you from entry or staying in Veros, but she does ask that you move on. Being the new leader of this town, and with Strahd, Lord Strahd, so focused on the town and everything that's happening, she feels that your presence would not be conducive to the beginning of her rule. Now,
And I guess she's not wrong.
Ernst kind of looks a little downcast and says, I want you to understand that it's just politics. It really is. Lady Wachter must solidify her power, and she cannot evoke the ire of Lord Strahd. Lord Strahd did say that he wanted to see how she would handle defending the town, and I think we can all agree that she did an exemplary job.
I mean,
Well,
Your valuable
Sure.
assistance is, of course, recognized, which is why the funds that she gave you are so large. And as I said, she will not bar you from this town, so long as you do not break any of the town's laws. She just cannot be seen further assisting anyone who is openly opposed to the Lord of the land. Any actions taken in that regard will be considered a hostile against the people of Veros, and the guards will act accordingly. And then he kind of glances at the two newcomers and he says, "This does go for anyone, including anyone who has just arrived or will arrive in the future." No.
Danika puts her hands on her hips. The disrespect. We help you out, and this is how you're gonna treat us.
I mean, they gave us like 1,500
Wow.
gold.
I don't really know what's going on, honestly. So, don't talk to the person. I got it. I don't know who this person is anyway.
Well, don't worry. We had planned to move on. But, she feels she can't associate it with us, inevitably, when all leaders go bad, we won't be there to help her out, will we?
Mm-hmm. Danika just cogged. Money isn't everything,
We appreciate the assistance. Well, she appreciates the assistance of us putting her in power, and then us saving the town. Because let's face it, without us, pretty sure a lot more people would have died.
And Danika's like, remember what happened at Old Bee Farm?
But
sometimes that can happen again.
Let's not make threats.
Okay, let's not make any open threats here, sweetheart. I'm just saying, if something happens, we're not going to be here to protect anybody else anymore.
I really want to do intimidation.
Because we are going to move on. Don't worry. We're not going to make any more stink for the town, because the townfolk people are actually good people.
They seem kind of nice.
Be it that they are, looking up to Strahd. Let's face it, he's not the fantastic guy that everybody's going to claim he is. But we'll move on, don't worry.
You saying that, Ernst definitely looks uncomfortable. Says,
he can't. He's not always listening.
There are always people listening, Mr. Goodwood.
If he's not listening, one of his associates are. Assuming a magic guy has a lot of other magic guys working for him. But I'm also just assuming stuff.
Natalie, did you say you're wanting to, or Delphine, did you say you wanted to try to intimidate Ernst?
Danika? Yes,
back to work.
I think she said she was going back to work.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh well.
Damn it, Matt!
Sorry.
Oh my god, yes, intimidate him. Roll for it. It's a 17 at least.
So what are you saying to this dude to intimidate them, Danika?
I feel like saying that remember what happens to Old Bee Farm could happen again is intimidating enough.
Okay, I like it. Here, I will roll for you. Here's your intimidation check. I rolled a nat 1.
Oh! Which makes it a 17.
It's still a nat 1.
But it's still a 17. Okay, wait, to be fair, I feel like the GM shouldn't be able to roll it. I feel like it should be a player.
Well, you could have rolled it if you were here home.
Actually, can I roll into my Roll20 and do it?
Yeah, the app. If you have the app, it'll work.
If you have the app.
Let me go into my app. Yeah, hold on. How do I find
I don't know, because it's never been an issue except for the fact that it was
Hold on, I'm logging in.
No. Let her roll it.
Threatening to assassinate the leader of a town. Right now isn't the
Another one. No.
No one else has been potentially shot at lately
Only
either.
you.
Ernst looks intimidated and scared, and he does say, look, I just want to say, I just want to offer my own private thanks for everything the town did. I understand the position you were in, and your decision to stand with Lady Wachter was the right one, believe me. Like I said, it's pure politics. And I'm sure the lady is doing all she can. Like I said, she's not barring you all from entry into town. She just cannot be seen with any of you. And I hope you do understand.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of tracks based on her allegiances.
I'll let it slide
It's
this once.
I understand it. It's like, one of my friends once was running for class president, and he didn't want to talk to me anymore because I'm not too popular. So I'm also one of the news kids, so like they didn't really want their secrets getting out or anything.
That's still a shitty thing to do to a friend.
Well, it happens. I don't know.
Well, let's face it.
Politics.
In this situation, we weren't really Lady Wachter's friends. We were more of a hired gun.
Well, it seems like, friends.
Regardless,
hired guns. What's the difference at a certain point?
Don't worry. We are going to be moving on soon.
Ernst gives you all a bow and says, very well, very well. I hope we can meet again under happier circumstances. I will take my leave. He gives you one last bow before turning and making his departure from the church. Irina just kind of stares and watches after the man for a moment before sighing a little bit and turning back to you all. I cannot say he is entirely wrong in this. And as I have reminded you before, my father was burgomaster. He had to play politics, and being so close to Castle Ravenloft, he had to play them very, very well. But that is neither here nor there. Speaking of our plans, I feel as though we must sit and discuss some things. I hope that my aid has been useful to you all up to this point. I know that when we met, my brother asked you to take me to Algiba to protect me from the vampire who was feeding on me. That woman associated with Strahd. Since meeting you, my world has been turned upside down. My brother has been killed by the people of my village. And then I had to dispatch the zombie that was raised in his place, myself. Since then, we have seen many things. We have fought hags together. We have fought wolves together. We have now fought zombies. And a giant creature I had only seen in my nightmares. I have been thinking about these for some time now. And while I appreciate your help, I do not feel my place should be at Aljiba. You brought me with you to take me to a place that was safe. But there is no place safe in Barovia, so long as Strahd rules it. We have all seen that now. And your little expedition, actually stands up to him. At least in a small way. And you say you wish to stop him, to remove him from power. I wish to help. I wish to know why I have these odd memories that come and go. Memories of a child, memories of being burned at the stake. I have no understanding of these things, but they are there in my mind, and I have discovered them with all of you. The only recourse I can see to truly understand who I am and what these memories mean is if I continue to travel with you all and assist you in your quest.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you have my...
I got no problem. Yeah.
You know, we've spoken about this already. You have my confidence.
She turns to Delphine and Vide and Danika. Delphine will nod, though she remains thoughtful at this moment. What are your thoughts, Vide?
I'm sorry. Okay, so I know we need to move on. Sure. I don't want to stick around here for sure. But
I can't hear you, Brett. Can you move your microphone closer, please?
my microphone is right at my mouth.
Okay, well, check your audio then.
My audio is at 100%.
Okay, well, see, now I can hear you.
My computer needs an update too. I think it's messing things up.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I can hear you now. So what were you saying?
No, I was just saying, yeah, we should definitely move on for sure. And I kind of missed some of it because I was trying to find something on my computer. But
She wants to learn about herself. Come with us.
oh yeah, come with us. Need the help for sure. Sorry. And no, yeah, there's nowhere in Barovia that's even remotely safe. That's a pipe dream at this point.
Ironically, the safest place is actually probably with us.
Probably. Oddly enough.
That's what I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Irina turns to you, Ark, and she says, "You wish to travel with us as well?"
Yeah, I believe, well, sitting around definitely won't do me any good for finding out how to get back to school. And quite honestly, walking around by myself will only get me killed. I am, you can see I'm not wearing very much armor, and I'm not strong, so I think being with this group, if they, allow me to, would be, the best thing for me so far. Just so I don't get eaten by zombies in the forest as I leave town.
Irina turns to you, Senna, next.
I mean, these folks know you better than I do. I've only just met you, so...
No, I was asking if you plan to travel with us as well.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we all seem to have the commonality of having been brought here by these mists, and I'd rather be with people under a stand than trying to make it through a world that makes no sense to me right now. So, yes, I would like to continue on if everyone's okay with that.
No problem at all, dear.
I mean, I feel like the more people we have on our side to fight this guy, the better.
If I know you guys don't need convincing, but I have a coffee for everyone. If just to sweeten the deal for me,
What is coffee?
What is that?
You've never had coffee before? Oh my god! I pull out a little.
Coffee, La Ropa.
There is no coffee.
Not
in
for
Barovia.
Urzak.
Nope, there's tea.
I pull out. I pull out a little bottle that seems half full, and I just pass it to whoever's next to me. Let's go with Marty's character. I don't know you guys' name yet.
Urzak.
Sorry.
Oh.
Urzak, yeah.
Right.
I'll pass a bottle of boundless coffee to Urzak. I would like that back, please. But yeah, everyone take as much as you want. It is infinite, quite literally. Well, it might stop working for a little bit, but other than that, it's infinite.
Did you turn a decanter of endless water into one of coffee?
No, there's the thing.
No, this
Oh,
is.
is it really a
this is,
friggin'? Is it a new? It's gotta be.
Is it an
somewhere.
alchemy jug? It's an alchemy jug, isn't it?
No.
No, it's a bottle of boundless coffee. It's I think it's a Strixhaven.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, why don't you explain it to everybody real quick?
That makes more sense if it's a strict thing.
Yes. This metal bottle carries delicious warm coffee. It comes with a stopper that is attached to the bottle by a little chain. Even when opened, the bottle will not accept any other liquid than the coffee it produces. The coffee inside is always comfortably warm, and none of the heat can be felt through the bottle. However, each time you drink the coffee, roll a d20. On a 1, the bottle refuses to dispense coffee for the next hour. And you cannot pour the coffee into a glass. You have to drink it from the bottle.
Oh.
So I just hand you pretty much a flask, and there's some delicious warm coffee inside.
Try it. I'm trying to decide if Urzak likes coffee or not.
I would like. I think Cog, because Cog was like an educator and he was a researcher and he's also a bit of a priest. So Urzak used to be a paladin of the father. I'd like to think probably they drink quite a bit of coffee. You know, the barracks or something like that.
Urzak's never seen coffee in his life. He doesn't know what that is.
I was to say Cog is. I want to say coffee's canon in La Ropa.
While coffee may
kind.
be canon in your La Ropa, that doesn't mean everybody's had
here.
it.
Yeah.
I'll introduce you to a lot of my Mormon friends who've never touched coffee in their life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's funny if Urzak's never seen coffee before and is like, "What the hell is this?" and tries it, and I'll roll about it.
Gotta roll that d20. Got a 12, so there's still coffee coming out.
The way I was thinking is like maybe the Margarden Federation was the best producers of the best coffee, and since the breaking, it really got torn up. So maybe that's why coffee's just not a thing very much anymore in La Ropa. Small production.
Urzak swallows this coffee and kind of like shudders a little bit and goes, that's really good.
It's part of it is to keep me awake, because I spend a lot of nights just working on spells and forgetting to sleep. So it keeps me up and about, alert during classes.
Of course, the module and campaign setting in a school would come up with infinite coffee.
Irina is going to take the flask from Urzak and take a sip. And, this is bitter. That is terrible.
I mean, you don't have to have any more.
None for you. Rude.
Let me tell you, I live off that stuff. It's like 90% of what I drink at this point.
Is that why you seem like you are vibrating?
That and a little bit of ADHD, but that's, besides the point.
Cog would take a swig and be like, "Ah, this is even better than the stuff back home. Oh, that's fantastic." And he's like, "It also stunts your growth. That's why I, sort of short of the ground." I mean,
Oh, does it? Oh.
no, I just say that because I'm short.
Oh, okay. I was worried. I guess I am a little bit short.
Self-effacing humor. I gotta, when people shoot me, just look at a V.
Does someone shoot you? Do you need healing?
That one, no, that one right there.
Okay.
You gotta watch out.
Psychological healing, maybe.
He's gonna lean in. He's just gonna lean in, cover his mouth, but not quiet his mouth at all. Hates short people. Pass it on.
Really?
Not really. I just fuck with him. I just mess with him because he did shoot me once.
I was gonna say it's weird to hate someone for their size. I don't really understand that, but
It was a misunderstanding, okay?
Yeah, there was a misunderstanding between me and your bullet.
What is a bullet?
Oh. Well, we only learned about it from our friend here, but yeah, I guess they show it off. Let them see.
Not in the church. Come on now.
Wait. Yeah, we're inside, aren't we? Are we inside?
Yes, you're in the church right now.
Perhaps later.
Well, I don't know.
I don't
Maybe
think this is the time.
pulling it out, and I'm not. All right.
Don't do this.
Okay.
Can we leave that season?
I get it. Maybe I said things in a poor phrase, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people saw you use your item against a giant cyclops.
That's not any better.
Think the cat's out of the bag.
Still getting worse.
Hey, might I have my coffee back with you, mate?
Can
I don't know what kinky situation where you got cats and bags. It's a new one for me.
What are you talking about?
What were you saying, Senna?
Oh, I was just asking if I could have an opportunity to try it.
Oh, yeah. Here you go.
I'm gonna take a sip. You're like, oh, this reminds me of, it's a much more, watered down version of something that I had passing through Turkey.
Watered down?
Are you literally from our world? Because I was like, wait.
I was wondering.
The Vlad the Impaler references, I was like, okay, there could be somebody in D&D like that, but then you say Turkey.
I was wondering, and then, yeah. I'm gonna take a sip from my coffee as well.
I got told these myths could pull people from anywhere, so I chose anywhere.
As you're
it's awesome.
As you're kind of passing around this flask of coffee, Irina does labor to bring the group back towards the point of what she's saying.
Sorry, yeah.
So, where do we go from here? You said you planned on standing up against Strahd after taking me to Aljiba. But if we're not going to Aljiba to drop me off, if I am coming with you, where are we going from here?
Well, I think Danika, it's Marco. What was the innkeepers, their last names?
Yeah, let me grab that real quick.
I mean, I know it's not the one from the module. It's like a modified version of it. I just can't remember.
Yeah, let me just give me a second.
Was it Markovich? Or Markovich?
I'm waiting for that. Yeah. Let's see. Martikov. Yeah, it's Erwin and Danika Martikov.
Yeah, I was to say we had to change it because we had one of those. Well, she got, we obviously, if you remember, her husband has been captured, is missing, and she took off to, Baba Yaga. to go look for him. I think we need to return there. We were there before, and he's just kind of like, since Delphine's not here, it's like somebody was incorrect in their assumptions about an interesting thing we had with Strahd, and he took the boy. We had to go deal with that, and then we came here. So I think we need to go deal with that because the hag might have her husband, and there's also something about the Wizards of the Wine. They have the woman we met outside of town. There's other people that have been missing in that area, been captured. They don't know where they are, and they took some kind of an item from the winery that they needed back. So, I mean, I know it's not going and facing Strahd, but I think that's something we may have to deal with. And if you remember, I mean, your brother is...
I think Delphine would also point out that the information from the Taroko reading you all had.
Because there's supposed to be something there as well that's important.
Can we pull up the world map?
Yes, absolutely.
But and he would say, he's like, and Irina, we still need to recover your brother. He's there. Perhaps we can inter him here at the church.
That would be nice to have him at least in the ground. I regret that he cannot be buried back home in Jova, but I suppose anywhere is better than being left in that abandoned and destroyed mansion that we left him in.
I mean, this place is consecrated ground to the Dawnfather, so I mean, it's as good a place as any.
Now, if you look on the world map, here we all are in
Aldra's,
Veros.
right? Yeah.
We're in Veros right there. There is a few places that Delphine has marked on your map as possible locations for your Taroko reading. One of which was at over here at this lake. And Danika, I will also remind Danika that Rictavio, the bard, had mentioned that if you wanted to speak with them more about his issues with the Vistani, and if you wanted to help him out with his trying to find his lost friend, he would be waiting for you at a tower to the west, which is...
the one at the lake?
The one at the lake is the only tower to the west that you can see on your map. There's also this abandoned monastery that's halfway between Veros and Aldra that Delphine had mentioned she wanted to check out because one of the Taroko readings mentioned something about that.
Was that one dragons? Was that or was that the tower?
Let's see. One of them says the treasure lies in a dragon's house in hands once clean and now corrupted. And you had heard that that this monastery revered dragons or something.
Yeah, the Nine of Stars is Aldra because that's the dead village. History of yeah. I guess we found a couple of them already. Oh no, they're Amber Doors was the Anaglyphs, so we got to wherever that is. We got to find that one.
You haven't found anything from the Taroko reading yet.
But Aldra is the one we think we're going to find one on because that is a city that's been destroyed. Well, I mean, I think Aldra needs to be our first stop because, she flew off to her husband. I guess for our newcomers, and for you in particular, looking at Ark, they are were-ravens.
Were-ravens?
Yes, they can transform into a raven at will.
Huh, I've never heard of were-ravens. I've heard of, tigers and wolves, but...
Yeah, I've heard of quite a few creatures that have been cursed with that kind of affliction, but never ravens, yes. So that was a new one for me as well.
Are they, friendly or of the typical were variety?
They seem to be friendly, yes. At least these two definitely are.
I would quite like to meet them in that case.
Well, like I said, her husband She took off right before the battle, right? Right before all the zombies showed up and Strahd showed up?
You had told her that because Danika had cast sending to the husband.
Yeah.
And the husband replied that he's not sure where he is. He's in a cage. He's hurt. And then she went flying off
To the west, the southwest.
to the west.
Right?
This is the people that are it's one of the people that got taken by this hag you guys were talking about, yes?
That's where we believe they've been taken, yes. Or he has been taken and she went to check it out. But there's this place called it's a winery called the Wizards of Wine Winery. It's a very interesting name. A woman we met outside of Aldra had said several people had been taken and were somewhere in Aldra, they believed. We don't know if they're alive or dead.
Mm.
And if I'm remembering correctly, Irina interjects. Urzak, didn't you say that the sheriff had threatened the innkeeper, and that's why he went off to go to the Wizards of Winery?
The shipments have been coming in apparently, and
Yeah.
our old friend B Farm was pretty mad.
I like how everybody's just taking my shit and running with it. Because I forget his name. I know it's Urzak Strahdzi, but I was just like, yep, B Farm just sounds better.
Well, if we wish to assist them, perhaps we should go to this winery as well before we try to find the hag.
Well, because he mentioned in that sending when he's right, he mentioned scarecrows. So I do believe she has him. Because, I mean, we ran into scarecrows, if you remember, in Aldra.
Oh, I remember.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
of
think
course,
we
yeah.
all remember.
Yeah, you had a problem there, Big Green, didn't you? Yeah, so
Are you
that
scared of scarecrows?
No, they just beat him up.
If I wasn't before, I
Oh,
am
they're
now, I guess.
living scarecrows? Not of the scaring crows variety?
Well, they were filled with raven feathers and black stuff, and they came to life and tried to kill us.
Living's a
And-
strong word.
Well,
But not
living as
inanimate.
much as an inanimate object could live.
Animated, yes.
Animated, that is the word. It escaped me for a second.
Yes, they were rather nasty customers.
But
So
the
I-
winery is on our way, right? We might as well. stop there.
No, wasn't the winery? Isn't it southwest of the Aldra?
It is.
I thought
No, they told you it was northwest of Aldra.
That's what. Yeah, I'm getting the west because was it? It's not that because that's just a hill. Was it
That's
like
just
over
a hill,
here
yeah.
with whatever this? In
You
this
never
area?
got a confirmed location.
Because she
for
took
it,
off.
But on your map, you can see the signs of what looks like a building and a lot of farmland, at least.
Yeah.
It's a possibility.
Yeah, because the woman took off before we could get a whole lot of info out of her.
Mhm.
On the east bank of the river by Aldra. So yeah, I think we need to return to Aldra. Did we ever get the bones back of the old mayor's kid? Did we find the right ones? Because
No,
he
you
asked
never
us to. I remember there were people on. Oh, holy shit! Her stories. There were people on stakes. There were skeletons on stakes outside of town.
Oh yeah.
There were.
Wow, it's like Alyssa
I'm
was
beginning
watching.
to like this place a lot less. I'm not gonna lie.
Let me watch. No.
Yeah, this place is.
Place sucks.
I mean, I live to do. Yeah, I keep forgetting you're not from home. We had a rather nasty incident 20 or so years ago, where a group
25.
of people, 25 is like group of people tried to bring back. I guess you could call him a god, a very powerful entity, and
Oh.
it broke the world.
Oh,
Shattered continents, very nasty thing.
You mean this
That
literally?
doesn't sound good.
Yes, yes. It
That
was
is-
a very nasty time. I thought that was unpleasant, living through that. I would take that I'd take that again and again over having to live here. Because it seems like just the very air sucks. I mean, he goes, watch this. And he's going to just pull out, he's always got some seeds on him because he's a woodland halfling, and he just tries to do some druid craft. And I'd like to think they'd like sprout black flowers and then wilt and die.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I mean, look,
Oh.
this is the simplest magic I could think of.
Druidcraft doesn't work very well here.
It does not. So it's
Oh, well, I'm gonna
mean,
try to Druidcraft as well to see if my magic's also messed up.
Oh,
with this as
absolutely
well.
it is. You try to conjure up a small plant, and it, like, just this winding, twisting vine full of thorns springs up and twists around and then just immediately dries and dies and becomes, like, desiccated.
Okay, I'm gonna have to take a little bit to see what spells are messed up. I guess I can do that on the road.
even things of a divine nature, such as myself and Urzak. Even we've noticed limitations in our regular magic in some situations. So
I'm gonna try to cast a guidance on someone next to me.
It
I was gonna
does
say
work.
I'm gonna do a couple of different like rhythmic foot taps and a twirl and try to conjure some dancing lights.
You do
Just going through all the cantrips.
Yeah, you do cast some dancing lights. The light is definitely muted. It's more grayish than anything else. And like, you know those in anime, those blue flames that pop up whenever like it's bad juju magic? It looks kind of like that. It's just like, it's dark, it's grayish black, it looks kind of like a flame, but it produces light, but it's like a sickly light, and like there's just this little bit of a exhausted moan that it's only barely audible. You're the only one who really hears it, but it's disturbing.
These don't usually make noise.
I am noting down all of the weirdness with magic, just so you know. Just that notebook in hand, just writing down everything.
welcome to Barovia.
Yes, this is... to say, I've never had my magic not work the way I've wanted it to. My friend is, I'm gonna summon my familiar. He's a skeleton. And
Eric? Wait a minute.
no, this is Izo.
Well, you know what? I'll burn one. It's like he'll burn a second level, and he'll cast his spiritual weapon. He's like, yeah, I'm like, this my guy. Yeah, this is, all right. He doesn't normally look like this. He's a crow normally, but he's Eric Draven, the skeletal crow. That's what I've been calling him. He doesn't have a corporeal form. He can't really.
Is he a raven? I thought he was a raven.
No, he's always been a crow.
Oh,
Because dude, the crow's the character's name was Eric Draven. That's why I've been calling him fucking Eric Draven, the
I don't know
skeletal
what
crow.
that means. That's
You don't
never
know the
meant anything
reference?
to me.
It's from the
You never
first
seen the
Crow
movie The Crow?
No.
with Brandon Lee.
Oh, you gotta watch that one. That was the best one, not the weird
It was
stuff
the
they
best
did
one.
with, Edward Furlong. That's why he's Eric Draven, the skeletal crow.
Oh, you know why? This movie came out before I was born.
Are you shitting me?
If I found the right one, this is from 1994.
I mean, I know Junior's young. How old are you?
I'm 28.
Even I'm older than Marty.
At least. God.
I'm
It's all
not
right,
the
you're not the youngest, so.
youngest.
Yeah, not the youngest anymore.
youngest.
And with that great revelation, I feel like it's a good place
Great time for
to
a
take
break.
a pause and go on break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, folks, and when we return, I hope our heroes are going to get underway. We'll find out. Stay tuned. Howdy, everybody. We are back. And when we last left off, our heroes were considering their next move, and now that they need to leave the town of Veros. The talk seems to be heading in the direction of returning to Aldra, the place where you had fought all the scarecrows, and attempt to save the people that have been captured from this hag. Is that about right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, once you make this decision and you all start talking about, getting your donkeys and your cart from the stockyard and putting everything together, Delphine comes and tells you all that she is going to remain behind here in Veros. She wants to complete her project of restoring the books that Father Lucian has, and she also wants to keep an eye on the children and make sure that everything's good here in town for a little bit. She tells you that you have quite a number of people with you, so she feels confident you'll be okay. But she's also a sending spell away if you need her. And where you're going is only about a 5-hour journey, so if worse comes to worse and you need help, she's within reach to get her. Father Lucian also comes by as you're once you've gathered up the donkeys in the cart and have it parked in front of the church, putting up what supplies you do still have inside of it. The father comes up and he approaches you, Cog. I think it was you who asked for more holy water, or was it someone else?
I mean, because Cog can make it himself. It might have. I don't know if it. I mean, he might have.
Oh, wait a minute, no. Maybe it was Vide who asked about it.
Yeah, I think I was kind of wanting to stock up on holy water.
Okay. Well, you all did ask him to help you out a little bit and try to make some. And Father Lucian approaches and tells you all that as you continue on in your journey, I just want you to focus on your tasks at hand. I will be looking out for the children while you are gone. And your friend Delphine will be with me as well. I wanted to make sure you were well stocked up before you head out. And he passes you a small package containing 5 vials inside of it. 4 of them are clear, and you recognize them to be holy water. The 5th one looks more like oil, and it has a kind of silvery sheen to it. Father tells you, I've spent most of last evening working on this. It's difficult to make. But this is a vial of holy oil. You can rub it on a weapon. You could dip ammunition in it. And it is a powerful substance. Similar to holy water, but much more potent. Hopefully this will assist you in your battles to come. And he passes this to you, Vide, since you're the one who asked for it.
Thank you very much. Very much appreciated.
So there's your handout on holy water, just to remind you what it does. This is your handout for holy oil. But holy oil is blessed with powerful divine magic, and it can be added to weapons to do some extra damage. Whenever you apply it to a weapon, on a successful hit, it does extra radiant damage. It does an extra 1d4 of radiant damage. You can light it on fire if you want, and it becomes a barrier that can ward out undead. It glows a little bit and casts bright light when it's on a weapon. If you add it to a weapon, it lasts for about an hour. And like I said, it does 1d4 radiant damage extra.
Couple of levels, Cog can make it. Need a 5th level spell slot for that.
Yep.
Now, was somebody else asking for the oil, or was I?
No,
asking?
He just gave it to you.
He just gave it to us. Or to you.
Okay.
It's a bonus.
Ashley N is in chat asking how many uses. Like I said, it can coat one weapon or it can coat up to 10 pieces of ammunition, and it lasts for about an hour.
So you only use it in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And since we don't have anybody that does really ranged stuff at the moment, outside of Vide, that's definitely something you should keep. Unless our new friends do any kind of...
Most of my ranged business is magical, so...
Well, but even the holy oil. Well, I mean, unless we put it on ammo, but if you
Yeah.
put it on a weapon, it'll.
Well, I suppose Urzak,
put it
yeah.
on a sword or something.
I don't really need that. I kind of do that kind of stuff on my own.
I mean, I remember the
That's fine.
Scarecrow fight, buddy. You could use all the help you can get. I mean, what? Who?
Just because you're
No.
all the way down there doesn't mean I can't hear you.
What if I talk like this?
What?
There we go. I just whisper. It's harder to hear. Thank you, Father Lucian. We'll put this to great use.
The father nods and bows to you all and wishes you a safe journey and reminds you that if you ever need a safe haven, you need but look to his doorstep. You will always be welcome at St. Andrew's Church.
You know, we never really asked to talk to him about it. Does he know the Greater Restoration spell?
Well, he can cast 5th level spells, so...
'Cause I'm just thinking of Lady Walker's daughter. Because Cog he can't do it yet. And that might cure her. I mean, I guess he goes, now, I can't do this quite yet, but I see the holy oil there, sir. If you get a chance, if she'll let you see her, you might be able to help out Lady Walker's daughter. What she's afflicted with, I don't have the abilities yet to do.
He kind of thinks to himself and says, I never thought to attempt to use Greater Restoration on her, but once things calm down here in the village, I will speak to Lady Walker and see if I can speak with her daughter again.
I think it might work. You know what? Shit, we probably need that 100 GP because we got 100 GP at Diamond Dust from who did we get that from? I don't remember when. I just remember we have it because I was thinking, I was like, ooh, I would need that for that, but I can't remember who we got that from.
I think you found it in the
Was it
coffin
in the-
makers?
Maybe. I just remember we got it. Now I can't remember. I was just... Nah, we'll keep it. He can get his own. He might have. I was just saying, like, we might need it soon. So I
Never
don't
know.
want to lose it.
Well, Father Lucian and Delphine and the children do gather to see you off. Davos is teary-eyed and makes several attempts to convince you all to let him join you on the quest. Boasting his magical prowess and his sword-fighting skills. Delphine, of course, reminds Davos that he still has a lot to learn about magic, but if he stays here, he will be able to look at her spell book while she's working.
I mean, I know you would be invaluable, little man, on our travel, but I do believe maybe you should stay here and protect the father, Delphine, and the other children. Very powerful stuff you work with there.
He's sniffing and says, oh, okay, I suppose so. I will do my very best to protect this church while you are gone.
God, it doesn't get better when it gets louder. You do that, buddy. You do that. We'll see you. We'll see you soon enough.
You remember your forms. If I catch you swinging that sword wildly around again when I come back.
I will do my best and practice all of my forms. Before you can leave, Delphine does approach you, Urzak, and presses something into your hand before giving you a quick hug and retreating back to the church. She's not exactly one to, do the whole emotions thing. But you notice that it's a paper wrapped around kind of like a flask or something. You open it up to find a moderate-sized healing potion and this letter.
Oh, should I read this out loud?
Let's say you read it to yourself as the cart is beginning to make its way out of Veros. It's up to you if you want to read it to the group, but yes, read it out loud to the audience at least.
Okay. Urzak, I'm writing this note because I'm not good with speaking words. I've grown attached to you through our rigorous trainings and you teaching me how to use my sword. I never expected to rely on my sword as much as my magic. I have entrusted a potion I've been holding onto for you to use in dire need. This place is dangerous, and I have been having a lot of feelings since the fight with Urzak. I had never seen you fight with such vigor and so freely. This place changes a person. I can tell that from our short time here. Seeing you fight with abandon and determination has made me feel for you more. I was very devastated to watch you drop so often to that ogre. I wanted nothing more than to stand by your side, but there were other threats that Vide, Danika, Cog, and Irina needed protection from. I do not like goodbyes, so I'll end this with, I see you soon. Truly, Delphine.
Can break up what you and Vide have. Do you read that out loud to the group? I assume
No,
you read that to
I do
yourself? Yeah, you better not, because Cog would have too much fun with that.
That is exactly why I'm not reading it out loud.
Probably a good thing. But, you do sit there and read this letter, probably sitting in the back of the cart while, I don't know, who is driving the cart, just out of curiosity?
I mean, I guess, does anybody have proficiency with vehicles? I mean, if not, Cog will be there with Dom and Letty.
We have,
I've never seen a cart in my life.
Oh, by the way, guys, the new people, our donkeys are named Dom and Letty.
Forgot that we had new ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, Sonny and Cher have been dead a long time.
We'll get new ones eventually, don't worry.
Again.
Hey, dude, nothing beats family, baby.
I mean, I don't have proficiency, but I am familiar with, like, Bardo wagons.
Cog will help. I mean, he'd ride up there, he could do it. I mean, it's I don't know. Hopefully, we won't need to put proficiency with vehicles into good use. I'm sure because we had a cart before, so somebody had to be,
yeah,
the
yeah. Like,
Is anybody good at handling animals?
I've got +3.
Danika can
4.
speak to animals, but her player's not here.
I got a +4. I'm not proficient in animal handling.
I'm not too good with animals, to be quite honest. I'm not the one that usually handles them. We usually have drivers that do it for us in my family. So.
After this kid.
Ironic, creatures such as yourself not good with animals.
I'm good with birds.
I would hope so.
That's a different thing.
Yeah, Coggle, take the reins of.
okay, make me an animal handling check.
Guidance, if I can.
Nothing but handling, nothing but family, baby.
It doesn't matter.
Family.
Yeah. Your masterful handling of your new donkeys, or maybe it's just the fact that they are broken, destitute Barovian creatures and do what they're told. Either way, whatever it is, with a crack of the reins, the donkeys pitch forward and begin walking towards the western gate of Veros.
You don't even need that bridge.
What's that?
We don't even need that bridge. We'll just fishtail over the water with that 24.
I've been in this place before.
As we leave town, I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself, just so you know.
That's probably a good idea.
It'd be one of the few times fording the river would actually work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look around. If I may, which one of you usually gets hurt most often?
Big Green.
Everyone just stares at Urzak.
Staring off.
I'm gonna put my raven on your shoulder. He will tap on you when you get hurt, and I notice you get hurt, and heal you. So.
Oh, well, thank you.
If you don't mind. If you don't mind.
It's fine. He's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a look, honestly.
Lends you an air of mystique.
Up in the corner, you just see Eric Draven will remember this.
Not once interacted with Eric Draven. He shows up. No, you know what? He shows up and he steals my fucking kills.
You know what? hey, Eric Draven remembers that you don't interact with him.
That fucking bird. Kill-stealing bird.
Well, the guards, as you're all kind of talking about all of that, the guards kind of wave at you and open the gate for you all to pass through. You do recognize a couple of them. Some of them were there in the middle of the battle last night, fighting on the side of Lady Wachter. They give you nods of respect and admiration as you pass. But it does not surprise you in the least that once your wagon is past the gates, they are immediately closed.
Oh, yeah. Dangerous
Forgot
world.
my axe.
You continue on down the road, and I would like you to go ahead and make for me a D12 and a D8 roll. Doesn't matter who.
Yeah, I'll do the 8.
D12.
Yeah.
We're still in.
Ooh, it's an 8.
Uh-oh.
2.
Yeah, it all depends on what we're gonna get here.
You continue on for the next hour, traveling about 4 miles down the road. For the most part, it is a fairly quiet affair. As you reach the bridge, let's see here. You continue on down the road, approaching what you can see to be a small bridge crossing over the river that goes over, that comes off of Lake Sauvage, heading south. As you pass it, you do see that the road comes to an X intersection, with branches going to the northwest, northeast, southwest, and southeast. The lower half of a snapped wooden signpost thrusts upward at an angle near the eastern elbow of the intersection. The top half of the sign, featuring arms pointing in 4 directions, lie in the weeds nearby. Make for me another D12 and D8 roll, please.
Do you want to do the 12 this time? I'll do the 8.
Yeah, why not? Ooh, I didn't. Yeah, see? So nobody can say I'm somehow cheating. Oh, god damn it.
I got a 1.
Uh-oh.
What are we fighting?
Something on here is going to be bad.
Hopefully it's 1 of something. Don't
it's gonna be
don't
10.
chuckle like that. Come on now.
I'm laughing at you all.
It's gonna be wolves.
I'm also laughing at myself because I've been doing the random encounter wrong. It's okay. Roll me a D20 instead.
Anybody else want to roll a D20? I'm not rolling good today, apparently.
Okay, I'll give it a go. 3!
This bodes
For the
well.
That's something.
You pass the signpost. Fortunately, you all know exactly where you're headed. You're headed to the south along a much older road. The main road you can see is fresh cobblestone, and it's rolled out pretty nicely and evenly, as though it's well maintained. The road to the south, the one you know leads to Aldra, much older by comparison. Not nearly as, not maintained at all. The stone is faded and weathered. There's grass and weeds popping up in many places, and in some areas, the cobblestone road is washed out entirely. I'm gonna need, I think, Cog, you're the one who's controlling the donkeys. So I'm gonna need you to make me another animal handling check.
Well, just in case, we'll have his guidance on hand.
Guidance.
I'll do D4 still. That's still pretty good. Ooh, 21.
Yeah, without issue, you're able to control the donkeys, moving through this much more rocky and unlevel terrain. Your day is getting on at this point. You've spent a couple hours traveling. Fortunately, you haven't really seen any sign of anything. It's been quiet.
Too quiet. What?
Too quiet. Make for me another D20 roll. Somebody.
Who hasn't done it yet? Mark
I
hasn't done it yet.
Yeah.
Go
Let's
nuts.
see a big ol' 13. That's awesome.
Better.
Big
Better
old
than-
13. For the next hour, you continue traveling, making your way another 4 miles down the road. You can see to the northwest, high above the hill, the ruins of that monastery, kind of gleaming in the afternoon sun. It's difficult to tell, but I want who here has the highest passive perception?
Probably.
Cog's got a 14.
Oh, I have a 14 as well.
11.
10.
Okay. So,
I miss Blazemere.
well,
Yeah, I missed one.
good news, 14 is good enough. Cog and Ark, the two of you, as you're passing, as you're traveling, you kind of look up and you're staring at that old monastery. It is a ruin. It is definitely run down. You can see parts of it are missing in various areas. But you notice that there is also a trickle of gray leading up into the sky, somewhere behind the building, or at least from your perspective, it looks like it's coming from behind it. It looks like smoke. Possibly.
I think.
Go ahead.
It looks like there's something behind this monastery, guys. I don't know what.
Looks like somebody maybe.
Looks like some sort of campfire or something.
Yeah. I mean, I want to stop and check it out, but we need to go. We got to get to Aldra. I mean, we'll come back. Hopefully, whatever's there is still there. But I just feel if we stop now, it's gonna burn too much time.
I'm mostly just warning anyone, just in case it's nefarious. I don't want to die just yet, you know? And this land seems to be quite dangerous from what everyone's been constantly saying.
Yeah, it's pretty good at trying to kill you.
Yeah. So, you know, just in case we get jumped, there's stuff over there.
Yeah, you can hear the cat meowing in the distance. She will not shut up today.
Somebody's familiar is angry.
Pay me attention.
What?
The cat.
There is a cat tree right next to me. That's
Likely
just
story.
It is. I was just putting her up there. It was pretty good, right?
Yeah, that's gonna look great on the stream.
I'm curious if it got cut. It probably got cut off. I don't think it was. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway,
Did you just see that? You're here, right?
yeah, Ashley, did you see that? Anyway, go ahead and give me another D20 roll. And she just jumped down and is coming back to me, by the way. I just want to point this out. Like someone gave me another D20 roll.
Shall I?
Ashley missed it.
Do it again. Oh.
Oh, look at their little sock.
She will not leave me alone. Oh, Natalie, are you here with us?
A cat that actually wants
Must be
your
shoulder nine.
attention? What
Yeah.
must that be like?
Ugh. Toxic.
Exhausting.
I'm here like half in spirit, half in spirit.
Fair enough. Fair enough. With that 9-year-old, you continue on for another hour, making your way another 4 miles down the road. You can see Aldra in the distance now. It's only a few miles ahead of you. It's at the bottom of a large depression area here on the lower side of this mountain range. The river that you're traveling along is thick. It is, the river seems to have risen in the last day or so, though there hasn't really been any rain that you can remember. The town that you can see in the distance is still shrouded in a thin layer of fog that hangs over the town, so much so that you can only really see the tops of some of the derelict and destroyed buildings. It is still daytime. It's about it's evening time. It's about 7 o'clock, or 6 o'clock now. You've still got about an hour of travel left. But the sun is starting to lower itself towards the horizon. There is still enough light that you can see, and the evening sun sends this almost crimson-like coloration over the fog that hangs over the city, glistening in that orange and reddish sort of way that makes it seem like the village is, the ruined village is on fire.
That's some bad vibes right there.
Yeah.
Do we gotta cross the river again?
No, we don't.
We did it over a
thankfully.
bridge. So now we're good.
Oh man, I wanted to fly with Cog on my broom.
Yeah, no, we're good.
I could send my Raven over there if we want to scout out ahead of ourselves. If necessary.
Might not be a bad idea.
It's up to you guys if you think that's necessary, honestly.
It couldn't hurt.
Sure.
Well, you got about 2 miles away from. You're about
I
2
will do
miles
it
away
when
from
I'm closer.
Yeah. So how close do you need to be to do that?
I mean, to command him is 100 feet, but I could tell him to go over there, circle around, and come back. So, just a reasonable distance for a Raven to fly.
Well, I mean, honestly, once you get within about a mile of the place, you could easily send the Raven on ahead to scout things out. Give me one more D20 roll for this last leg of your journey. Doesn't matter who. Okay. This journey from Veros to the ruined city of Aldra has been very quiet, peaceful, which is an odd sort of feeling here in Barovia. You're just about a mile outside of town, and Ark, you feel like this is probably a good moment to send the Raven forward to scout. Because by the time you reach the edge of town, the Raven could easily do a flyover and head back. Now, are you going to tell it to go into the mist, into the fog that's over the town? Or are you having it fly above it? What are you doing?
Didn't hear about the fog over the town.
Yeah, there's a layer of fog that hangs over the town, kind of perpetually.
I mean, either way, he probably wouldn't see much. And I think Ark would be nervous about going into the fog, I think. But
What if there's a way home?
You saying that in character?
I think, yeah, possibly,
You're not getting home
Probably
in
better.
that fog. That one's not going to help us.
I'm more worried, is my Raven gonna, poof when it goes into the fog?
Well, we were in the fog, and we were just attacked by things on the ground.
Okay.
Now, we didn't see anything that was flying, but, I mean, it is a hag. They're powerful creatures.
Because, I think either way, my Raven probably won't see much. How thick is the fog? Is it, super thick, or is it thin enough to be able to see through?
I mean, right now, at the distance you can see, the tops of some of the ruined buildings. There is a larger building on a hill at the far southeast or southwestern side of town that you can kind of see through the fog. You can see the top half of it, of a ruined roof that's half caved in, and some walls and a big old chimney. You can see that at the distance. You can see some tops of buildings, some of which are intact, most of which are not. But that's really about it.
Well, all right, I'll tell him to go into fog, but don't go too far into it. And try to stay a bit hidden. I would tell him that as well.
Okay, so what I'm going to need from your Raven is a stealth check and a perception check at disadvantage because of the fog.
Yes. And it's using the Raven's perception, yes?
Correct.
Yes. Alright, stealth check is +2 for it? Do I have Raven's stat sheet in here? I don't think so.
I
I'll
can
just,
give you one real quick. There you go. You should see it at the top of the
Yep.
the sheets now, so you can edit it at.
Alright, thank you. I will make that stealth check. It's a 13 on stealth, and that coin thing, does that work on disadvantage?
Oh, you might want to save it or something. I mean, you can burn it if you want.
It's getting close to the end of the session. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Alright, then I will use a free nat 20 on the perception.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to use it otherwise.
Hey, you used it. That's what's important.
Yeah.
Okay, bear with me 1 second while I do things. Okay. Your raven disappears into the fog. And after about 10 minutes or so, you've all just kind of stopped the wagon and are just waiting for the bird to come back. And after about 15 minutes or so, it does come flying back. What the raven reports seeing is a lot of old derelict houses, most of which have been long since destroyed. Little more than it sends pictures of like broken walls and half caved in roofs and stuff like that. It transmits images of a large manor house that's half collapsed in on itself, that has a large overgrown garden behind it. It shows towards the center of the village that it's very clear. You get this picture of a marshy field of just wetland, moss and grass and reeds and stuff. But in the center of it, you see what looks like a gigantic, just like a cottage on top of a big old tree stump. Your raven just did a pass over and only was barely able to see it when it got low. But it almost, like, it shows you this picture, and it looks like there's like metal cages hanging from the sides of the house, and there's a lot of dark movement in the cage, but your raven didn't get close enough to see what it was. The movement kind of spooked it, and it was under the orders to get back quickly and remain safe, so it did a 180 and flew back. But it looks like that location is towards the center of the town.
I will, once the raven gets back, I will use a minor illusion, if I can, to kind of show a picture of the cottage and the cages. Just kind of a bit fuzzy, but as best as I can. And show it to the party.
You are able to cast your spell. It's weird because it's almost like have you seen like black and white TV and like the old style tube TVs, and how it would kind of be wavy and grainy a little bit? It's the image comes kind of like that. It definitely is overhead, and like it could, because of that nat 20, it's got some really keen vision and was able to see through the fog enough to see the top of that cottage on the tree stump. And so it's like, it's grainy, it's wavy, it's kind of weird and distorted, but you can see the image.
This is one of the most important things that my ravens saw. Just so we know what we're getting into going in here. Rest of it seems decrepit. I don't really know what happened here. Maybe you guys do, but
Strahd happened.
Yeah, fair enough. But would this strike me as being a hag? I don't know if the party confirmed that there's a hag here.
We did. I'm sure at some point we said something.
Yeah, well, I know there was a talk of hags, and then I think there was a little bit of like, we're not really sure, but probably a hag. But
The lady from the Wizards of Wine winery said that that's where Baba Lysaga lived.
Yeah.
all right.
And we never saw her, but for all intents and purposes, yes, we've been told she's a hag. So
I thought we saw her fly away.
You saw the upside down skull fly up over the mist and
Yeah.
zoom off.
Okay.
I'm just making sure that it definitely was mostly confirmed that there's a hag here, rather than just, like, it sounds haggish, but if I don't need to make a roll, then I don't.
So you're trying to remember any information you know about hags? You can make a history or an arcana check.
I will also use my Kenku Recall feature to give myself advantage on this, because I have proficiency in arcana checks.
Nice.
I will put that right there. And
Sorry,
I will
what
put...
did you say her name was?
Oh my god. Fucking Christ, we're not in battle.
You don't know a lot about hags. Like, that's really not been your focus of study.
That's more Witherbloom stuff, honestly.
Yeah. And Baba Lysaga was the hag's, what we've been told the hag's name was.
Baba Lysaga.
Yeah.
Wow. There are many similarities between your world and mine. Although, the one from my world is known as Baba Yaga. She is a child eater and... Well, her home rests on the leg of... Anyways, it's fine. I'm sure it's very different here.
Your world sounds fantastic. Truly something I've never experienced before.
And my world, she's mostly a tale told to children in order to get them to behave.
Oh, never mind.
Oh no, sorry. Go on.
That sounds awful.
Danika's gonna go, oh no, the hags here love eating children. They made them into pies.
Not this one, though. But this one might eat children, too. That was another coven of hag. One of them survived our fight with them, so maybe she joined this one? I don't know.
Oh.
I mean, and just thinking of Baba Yaga, I had heard a story about a man called this, someone killed his dog, and then he went to town killing everyone. Very, very, very dangerous individual.
Yes.
Did everybody get to John Wick?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sounds like a good play right there.
It's even better when you sit there and go, did you understand the exact reference?
I'm sorry, you didn't get the crow reference.
Yeah, that was made before I was born.
Have to add.
John Wick, everyone? You know John Wick? Yes? Yes?
The guy from Fortnite?
Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'll go.
Yeah. Anyway.
The fog isn't so much debilitating, it conceals the dangerousness that's there. I mean, there are a lot of these scarecrow creatures. And that's really, we didn't fight anything else there, guys. I don't remember anything. It was just scarecrows.
Ah!
Well,
Me and Marty aren't the only ones who haven't seen the crow. Check the chat.
All you young children. Movie came out when I was 10. Anyway. But yeah, the scarecrows are dangerous. We were gonna approach the hag's hut, but then Strahd showed up, brought some wolves with him, brought Irina's brother as a zombie with him, and took Davos. That was so tragic. And so we never approached her hut, her hovel. He actually kind of seemingly was asking us if we were there to rob her. I don't think we really. Strahd did.
This Strahd fella?
Yeah, he's very. His land has a lot of, I guess you could call them unwritten rules. We took Davos from one of the hags that we killed. And since we did not own him, she did. He came and took him back in retribution. Now, we went and killed the hags, and he seems okay with that. As long as you play by the rules of this land, and you seemingly take things by force, it's almost kind of like, might wins out. I mean, that's just this
reminds me of stories from the Feywild, unwritten rules and having to follow by them.
Yep. I've been studying the Feywild through my world. I mean, we gotta hang out. We gotta hang out sometime and talk.
Yeah, I would love to know about the Feywild from your world.
It might be the same one. I don't know. It seems.
Dimensions and realms are weird.
But yeah, we'll talk later. We'll have coffee. Cog's tickled. Cog loves this guy. He's like, it's finally another intellect I can pick the brain of. But yeah, we're gonna have to be very careful when we're in there. No idea really what to expect. But we got to get in there quick. Those cages. That seems exactly what he said in the message Delphine relayed to us. What he's in.
If people are in these cages, I'd very much like to get them out. People should not be in cages.
Also, what is she eating them? What is she doing with them?
I wouldn't know. I apparently don't know anything about hags, so. I could have sworn I read something about them, but apparently not part of my curriculum just yet.
It's okay. Sometimes I feel like I know too much about hags now.
So, I feel like this is a great place to end things for this evening. You're just outside of the town of Aldra. You're getting ready to head on in there and confront the hag known as Baba Lysaga. Should be a lot of fun. Well done, everybody. You made it through another session. Welcome to Season 2 of Sonnet of Blood. It's going to be a lot of fun.
We didn't die. It's awesome.
Did we level up?
Just leveled up. What the hell? You know what? You just lost a level. You're 6 again.
Damn.
But DM, if I'm reading the XP right, I got enough.
Nah, you don't.
Hey, you jumped to 7 right away. So I mean, you literally
You got a ton. I don't know.
You
what
got
you've been
more
doing.
levels than we did right now. At one time.
Well, anyway. Thank you to everyone who watched this evening. We very much appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us. Come back in 2 weeks to find out what our heroes encounter as they return to the drowned village of Aldra. Can't wait to see. Now, as always, we like to go around the table and have everybody tell us who they are and where we can find them on the internet. And Junior, you're the one who did the recap, so why don't you go first?
Oh, yes, I am not usually on the internet, but I am Matthew. I am, I got in here from nepotism, so. It's the only reason I'm here.
Oh, that's great.
Well played, sir. Well played.
That's awesome.
Natalie, if you're with us, why don't you go next? I don't know if she is or not. Maybe not. Alyssa, you go next then.
Ooh. Hi, Alyssa. You can find me every other Monday right here on Random Rhapsody in the E29 crew of the Wayfander. And on Instagram at Alyssa Crochets, where you can find a bunch of my nerdy bullshit that I make.
Yeah, here's Strahd. Look
Just
at him.
Strahd.
Wow.
And Blood.
Yeah.
Where is
Blood.
Pretty Ears?
He looks exactly like
Put
that.
his hood down. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Got a little
I'm gonna have to
tail,
commission
too.
you to make me an Urzak now.
Mm-hmm.
Can.
Speaking of Urzak, Marty, why don't you go next?
Hey, I'm Marty. You can find me, as always, here as Urzak on Sonnet of Blood. Guys, it's a big week for me. Not only did my podcast, College of Whispers, just have a great interview with Jeff Stormer from Party of One, my band, Winter Wayfarer, just posted a new song for the first time.
That's why Wayfarer was in my head.
So, go check out Marshall, You Have No Friends, wherever you get your music. I'll post a link to the YouTube video in the chat. There it is.
Yeah.
Woo!
Definitely go check it out. I listened to it last night. It was awesome. Loved it. Brandie, why don't you go next?
Hi, I'm Brandie. You can find me here every other Wednesday as Vide for Curse of Strahd, and then the opposite Mondays as Mako in Aether Tech Wars. Otherwise, I am on the internet as at RiverDragon82. That's River with a Y. Yeah, that's about it.
Joe, go next.
Well, obviously, best for last. Corwan Oliver Goodwood is my character here in Curse of Strahd, and then I am in the same Monday game with Alyssa, the Aether Shanties, as Solos Vonnegut. We just lost, well, we didn't lose them. They were arrested in a casino. A pair of our characters, Alyssa's character being one of them. So yeah, now we have to figure out if we have to potentially do a jailbreak on a moon base. We're on the Rock and Brawl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's Rock and Brawl. If any of you Spelljammer fans out there. So yeah, it's good time, good fun. That one's even more crazy than this one, if you can believe that. If you watch this enough, I am. Yeah, you know what? I'm almost the exact same character. I'm just a young.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I just realized I am kind of double dipping here. But it's a lot more fun, especially when one of the characters blows us up every other episode. So, yep, come on by.
Well, as always, I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and game master here on the Random Rhapsody Network. You can always find me every Monday and Wednesday running these games for these awesome people. You can also find me occasionally elsewhere on the internet, and the easiest way to do that is to follow me on Twitch. So, on behalf of everyone here in Random Rhapsody and everyone in our Curse of Strahd campaign, I just want to say, thank you, folks. It's been a delight. So long. Good luck. And until next time, may you live until you die. Good night, everybody.
May live until you die.
Yeah.
Perfect timing. You got
It's okay, he's new. He'll get it. He'll get there.
Yeah. You'll get there eventually, new people. You'll get there. Good night, everybody.